think they're going to go big with this?
Whoa, man.
I think that's one of the things that's really nice. Mr. Nobuhiko, Takada, Royce, Gracie, Enson, Inoue, Mark Kerr, Alexander Otsuka, Igor Vovchanchyn, Masaaki Satake, Chochikari, Big Daddy, Gary Goodridge,
Daddy Goodridge.
Mr. Akira Shoji, Ebenezer Fontes Braga from Brazil, Kazuyuki Fujita, Hans Neiman, Mr. Kazushi Sakuraba, Guy Mezger, Masaaki Satake, Mark Coleman, Alexander Otsuka, Igor Vovchanchyn, Enson, Inoue, Mark Kerr, Nobuhiko Takada, Royce, Gracie, I think one of the great things and big differences between Pride and the other no holds barred and fighting events around the world is the pageantry. This kind of display, they really treat the fighters here like rock stars, like celebrities.
Well, these guys have all trained real hard, and it takes a lot to get to where these guys are at right now. And to be appreciated like this really, really makes you feel good, makes you want to come out and perform.
I think that with the astronomical amounts of money that they could make if they go to the finals in May, it's their finest hour.
Yeah, well, this makes you feel like all the hard work that you put through, to get to this point, and you come out and these people appreciate it. You get this kind of a respect and the kind of money that they put into this production. You feel like you belong and you're important here.
There's Mr. Fujita and Royce Gracie making his way into the ring with the other gentleman. There's Mr. Sakuraba, considered by many Mr. Takada. Mr. Satake. There's an incredible diversity, boss, in the styles of many of these fighters. You've got stand-up fighters, you've got submission fighters, you've got wrestlers.
That's what's going to make it very interesting. I mean, the strikers against the strikers, that's what the audience want to see, because that's always fireworks. But I think the mix-up, the lineups, and everything is perfect. I think it's going to be...
Hey, boss, does this get you pumped up, make you want to be in it with these guys or what?
Man, right away, look at this. You can burn yourself on the flame like that.
These guys really got an opportunity here.
I think so.
$200,000.
And here we go. The first match is a reserve match from Brazil. Vanderlei Silva. He's the international Vale Tudo world middleweight champion. Great with his knees. Great Muay Thai fighter.
I don't think they do that in Vale Tudo though. He's actually pretty good with those knees.
Against, from Holland, Bob Schreiber.
Good
like a
Thai
brawler
boxer.
there.
Look at that.
He's one of the bad boys of the sport, boss.
He is a very bad boy. He works at the Bulldog. He's a bouncer at the Bulldog. This guy knows more the inside of the Gilbert for fighting. Nice guy from Holland. Very good guy. Very tough guy.
So you've
Good
got free fight.
He puts it all out there, huh?
Free fight versus Muay Thai. I expect some fireworks in this one.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Kick it off. We got the old stare down going on.
Now, I think both these gentlemen have a good deal of experience stand-up fighting, but I think you're right.
Bob Schreiber has about 100 kickboxing, Thai boxing fights. And in Holland, a lot of fights in Holland go with elbows to the head and everything. So, and let's not talk about the street fights he had. So there's a lot of experience right there.
Yeah, well,
it's going to be interesting.
We'll see what happens because Vanderlei has some experience standing up. He's not a bad little Muay Thai fighter either.
I think that age might be a factor. Schreiber is 35 years old and Vanderlei is 23. Maybe if we go into the late rounds and overtime round, that might make a difference.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and he carries a lot more weight than Vanderlei does also, and that'll weigh on you in the later rounds.
Yeah, but at the other hand, he uses his weight real good in his punching, so...
Yeah, if he can keep it on him.
Vanderlei's coming in, trying to brawl with him. Not connecting. Throws that knee up the center.
Whoop, he's coming through with
Vanderlei's really trying to put pressure
on him. Nice right hook by Vanderlei.
Vanderlei probably shouldn't stand there and brawl with this guy. He's looks like he's a little bit too big of a puncher.
That's a nice inside left leg kick by Vanderlei Silva. And he goes there again.
He went for the high kick, tried to trick him, 2 low kicks low, and then going for the high kick.
Yeah, this is a lot of energy here these guys are exerting early.
Vanderlei's going for that double leg, but Bob sprawls back. Bob seems to have pretty good balance standing up.
Yeah, but conditioning is going to play a big factor in this.
He grabbed the ropes. Now, that is illegal. He will get a warning if he continues to do that.
Yeah, this is trouble here.
This is very dangerous right now.
This is trouble right here.
Yes, Vanderlei has a mounted position in the corner over Bob Schreiber.
What he'll do is he'll wait there until he releases there. And as soon as Vanderlei, he'll slide his legs up under his armpits there and start raining blows down on him. See, right now he's covering up. He should be trying to reach up and grab him and pull him back down.
He's got his back now. Vanderlei does have submission ability. He is a blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, this is not good.
Very not good at all. I would have tried to escape the mount right away and go to half guard or guard, but this is
he's just turned his back, and you know, the guy, he can't do anything to him, but Vanderlei can do everything to him because he's got his back. He can't punch him because he's got his back turned to him.
Now, Bob has his knees tucked tight. He needs to keep those tight. If he straightens his legs, it could be the end of the fight.
Yeah, like I said, I think there's going to be a little conditioning factor playing here. It's, you know, when you're throwing that many punches early in the fight, you know, you've got to be trained for it. And right now, he looks to be a little bit winded.
Vanderlei just needs to bide his time. It's a 15-minute round.
I don't understand why he hasn't gone for the choke yet. Do you, boss?
No, I don't understand it either.
He had him down, and
he's trying to push his nose up, though, and then see like this.
Oh, there it is. He's going for it.
Yes, he's going.
I can't picture this.
Stop it.
Yeah, he's got the
end of the fight.
He's squeezing, and he tapped. He tapped. Vanderlei Silva has choked out Bob Schreiber of Holland. That was a quick victory.
Yes. Well, what happened was he threw so many punches earlier, and I didn't understand the fact why you try and take him down a little sooner than that.
Vanderlei Silva, very impressive. Very impressive, Vanderlei Silva. He did just as Ken said he would do. Needed to take him to the ground and exert some jiu-jitsu on him, boss.
Yes, that's the thing to go for against the striker.
To be fair, Bob Schreiber did take this fight on short notice.
Yes.
Here it is. He pulls the face up.
The time was 2 minutes and 42 seconds with a choke sleeper. 2 minutes and 42 seconds in the first round.
Vanderlei Silva chokes out Bob Schreiber with a rear naked choke. 2 minutes, 42 seconds of round one. An impressive victory for the international Vale Tudo champion, Vanderlei Silva. And he advances into the finals May 1st. Another angle on the choke. He's got that forearm digging right into his Adam's apple, boss.
Yeah, it's perfect. Choke is really good on. He pulls his right shoulder backwards. That's it.
Vanderlei Silva, he's an impressive force to watch in this sport. He can punch, he can kick, he can knee, but he can also grapple, now we know.
So that's dangerous.
Dangerous individual. Now, we're going to go up into the ring. We have a very special announcement that is going to take place in the ring. There's Vanderlei Silva, victorious again with his trainer, Hujimar Federico, and in the background, his manager, Sergio Battarelli. An impressive victory for the Brazilian. They come from the Shoot Box Academy in Curitiba. It's one of the budding gyms. Now let's go up into the ring for a very special announcement. It looks like we've lost a member of our broadcast team. Ken Shamrock is now going up to the ringside, and I think we have a special announcement.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's quite an introduction there. First of all, I want to thank Pride for inviting me here tonight. This is going to be a great event tonight. You got a lot of champions in this tournament, all competing in the same tournament. I'd just like to say that I've been out of commission in this no holds barred for about 4 years. And I've been watching it on TV. I've been watching it in the locker rooms when I'm with the WWF. And it's been burning inside of me the way I left no holds barred. I didn't leave on my terms. I left on somebody else's terms. So I have one announcement to make. And that announcement is that I have signed a deal with Pride to fight 2 fights. And they would be held here in Japan, where I first started my career.
That's great news, boss. Ken Shamrock returns to Japan in Pride.
It's amazing, yeah? Imagine how the fans will be.
I think it's good for the sport.
ノーホールズバーに対しての思いが強まっていきました。私の中での炎はくすぶり、そして今燃え上がっています。皆さんに発表があります。つい先ほどプライドに2試合参戦するという契約を結びました。
So you people here in Japan have supported me the whole time I've started my career here. You've been great. And when I come back into the no holds barred, right here in Japan, in Pride, right here in this ring, you are going to see Ken Shamrock fight like he's never fought before.
I think this is awesome, boss, because people have been waiting for Ken to make his comeback for a long time.
Yes, and like he said, it's 4 years ago. It's a long time, but he said that in between he was always training with the guys, always in training, so he never really got out of it. So that's a real good thing.
He's got a great stable of guys to train with.
Oh, yes.
I just want to thank you again for having me here tonight. We enjoy this great event with you people. Domo arigato.
Well, this is the most significant development. Ken Shamrock has announced his return to No Holds Barred in Pride. His next fight will be May 1st during the finals of the Grand Prix 2000 tournament. That's going to be awesome.
There is an opponent for him already?
I don't think they have an opponent for him yet.
Okay.
But I'm sure it will be somebody spectacular. Welcome back, Ken. Welcome back. Welcome back.
He's going to the dressing room to support his fighter, Guy Mezger.
Now, boss, when you were in Pancrase, you had a couple of incredible battles with Mr. Shamrock.
Yes, I did, actually. Now, the first time I fought him, I think I did better than the second time. The second time I got really fast, tricked into a knee bar. But that fight was for me the decision. Never, ever. I didn't go for striking anymore, only submissions, and I never lost since then.
Okay, here we go. The Pride Grand Prix, first round. Hikari, former sumo wrestler, making his first appearance in Pride. He's been working as a professional wrestler in Japan. He's pretty big, 6'5", 297 pounds. Against Gary, Big Daddy Goodridge. Gary's got that big punch. Hugely popular here in Japan. Gary Goodridge really knows how to punch, and he's just a wild man, ready to go off. Let's go to the introduction.
ただいまより第1試合15分1ラウンドを行います。青コーナー191センチ 100.5 キロゲリー・グッドリッチ。 赤コーナー195センチ 125.1 キロ立ち来たー。レフェリー塩崎刑事。
I expect violence in this fight, boss.
A lot of violence.
We've got two huge men in the ring. Gary Goodridge at 262 pounds and Tochikari at 297 pounds. This is going to be like two giant railroad trains going straight at each other.
Yeah, this guy is going to take him down right away. He's going to try. But that he's going to expect it. So he will sprawl. Guys, this is going to be fun.
I think Gary's going to come out with that big bomb of his. Gary's 34 years old, and Mr. Tochikari is 36 years old. And here we go at the beginning. Our first tournament match tonight. There's the kick.
There's the kick.
Gary starts right out with that low kick. Throwing that big right hand over the top. Only grazed Tochikari.
Could be a very short fight.
There's that right hand, right in the button. I think you're right. There's the knee. Oh, nice knee. Gary's on top. Side control. Now, Gary cannot use that right knee to the head.
Actually, he can right now.
Oh, he can?
Yes.
Okay, in the rules, it is allowed to kick and knee when you're down if the opponent is face up. If the opponent is face down on all fours, you cannot kick the head.
Yes, that's true.
If they go up onto 3 limbs, though,
Yes.
2 legs and 1 arm, they can kick to the head.
He's going for it. This is unbelievable. I told you.
A straight forearm choke from the side mount. Gary Goodridge has made Mr. Takada tap out. Very impressive victory. He got that over quick, boss.
Yes, I thought so. I thought he was going to knock him out. Then he got that knee on the head. A couple of strikes. He did what he came to do. Take the guy out. Get it over with. Go home. We're going to get some beers.
Gary Goodridge has choked out Takada in 51 seconds of the first round with a straight down forearm choke. That's why he's much beloved in Japan. The show never stops with Mr. Goodridge. He now advances to the Pride Grand Prix 2000 finals May 1st here at the Tokyo Dome.
This is what they call easy money.
It seemed to be easy money. There's one of his trainers. That's his cousin, actually. That's his cousin. Some strong men. Gary is a strong guy.
He's a strong guy. He got a strong family. Look at the family. You don't want to get into a fight with his family, you know? I mean, think about it. You touch his sister in the wrong way, she will beat you up first. And then you're going to get him and his cousin.
Gary didn't have to use that big punch. He didn't have to use that big punch at all. He used his submission ability, and he used those kicks, boss.
He used, right away, he started off with the low kick, huh?
He used
Pretty good.
He used the low kick, he used the knee, he used the right hand, and then he just got the guy down and side mount and put that forearm choke. There it is right here. He's working to open up that chin, and there it is right across the Adam's apple, squeezed straight down. And Mr. Takada does not know how to roll or defend on this, so he just taps out.
I mean, when he would have looked to the left, then he would have rolled out of the choke. But I think he just doesn't know.
He could have also kneed Gary Goodridge in the head or done a variety of other things.
Yeah, but the first thing you do, you want to go away from the choke. And if the choke is on your throat, you simply look to the left, and then it's on the side of your neck, which isn't the choke. So you can breathe again, and nothing's going on.
There he is. Gary is very excited, having made it past the first round. A tremendous victory for Gary Big Daddy Goodridge as he advances into the finals. Gary used to be an arm wrestling champion.
World arm wrestling champion.
World arm wrestling champion. I guess he out arm wrestled 1,000 men in 1 hour one time.
That's right. He's got the record for that, eh?
So on the ground, when he gets you in a headlock or something, that's really going to be a painful experience.
And he rips telephone books in half, like easy. It's unbelievable strength.
And a gentleman out of the ring.
Oh, very nice guy.
He's a wonderful representative for the sport. A showman, power punches. Now he's got kicks, now he's got knees, and submissions.
Yes. He's making the complete package.
I think it's a great thing because Gary has had a long fight career, and now he's in the finals of the Pride Grand Prix 2000. Our next fight, Ebenezer Fontes Braga from Brazil. This man is a Vale Tudo fighter.
Look at this.
Now, we're not going to be seeing any elbows tonight. There is with Mr. Sakuraba. He gave Mr. Sakuraba a good fight here.
A very good fight. Look at this. He went for the triangle.
Against Akira Shoji. This is an Action Jackson man from Japan. A very spirited fighter, boss.
Very spirited. Get the heart of a warrior, and that's what it's all about here in Japan.
Here he is getting out of an armbar from Renzo Gracie and punching out another jiu-jitsu man, Valij Ismail. He outgunned him in another Pride. Here he is with Larry Parker. Shoji is just a wild man with technique and spirit to spare.
He's built like Vovchanchyn, by the way, if you look at it.
Very similar build to Vovchanchyn.
Yeah, only smaller.
Akira Shoji from Japan versus Ebenezer Fontes Braga from Brazil.
ただいまより第2試合15分1ラウンドを行います。青コーナー182センチ、97.9キロ。エベンゼーフォンテスブラガ
Ebenezer Fontes Braga from Brazil.
赤コーナー172センチ、91.3キロ。Shoji
Akira Shoji from Japan. I expect a technical fight and I expect an action fight all together, boss.
All together, this is going to be fun. Every fight tonight is going to be fun. This is so strong. This tournament is so strong. It's unbelievable.
This is maybe the best fight card internationally that we've ever seen in the sport.
Oh, it is for sure.
Braga very relaxed, quite a bit taller than Shoji. Any predictions on how the fight will unfold, boss?
Oh, I think it will start striking, of course, and for a while, until maybe at the end that Shoji will try to take him down. I think if he's smart, he will do that.
I think Braga's going to pick his shots, but he's going to throw that high kick.
He's going to do that, and he's really good in sprawling also, so it's going to be fun.
Now, if they get into a Muay Thai clinch, it does favor the tall fighter for the knee attack.
Yes, it does.
Braga, great right hand right off the bat. A good chopping right hand to Shoji's chin. Not a lot of damage.
But it was a good blow. He's working his way inside knees. And it looks like when you do it, it has no effect, but trust me, when you come into the second round, after 15 or 20 minutes, it's going to hurt.
You need that thigh on the inside and the outside. The inside ones, because it's a little more tender on the inside.
Yes.
If you could chop away on the inside with that knee, the Charlie horses do start. And it's a bit of a strategic clinch up against the ropes. Sort of a no-holds-barred Muay Thai clinch. Shoji having that right knee up to defend against the knees to the body, but Braga went up high with that right knee toward the head, didn't land. If Braga can work his arms around Shoji's neck and clinch him in a Thai clinch, he can start to throw the knees to the face and the body.
Yeah, but if you do that, he can be taken down. You want to be always in the armpits, especially against the guy who's good on the ground.
Shoji coming out, winging with that left hook.
But Braga has been there. He's a Thai fighter.
Well, with a gym by the name of Box Thai Academy, you would think that this guy's going to be throwing the low kick any moment. There it is.
Right at the spot. Oop.
Now he's got that Thai clinch, but as you said, you got to take it down, boss. He clinched up high and Shoji went low and down they went. Braga on the bottom with his guard, loose guard around Shoji.
And Braga is a tough guy. I saw him fighting Kevin Randleman in Brazil, and my God, everybody respected him after that fight. What a tough guy.
He went 20 minutes and he lost a decision to Randleman.
I think it was even 30 minutes. Oh, 20 minutes lost. Yep, and we saw him the first time in the UFC Brazil, in the UFC, and he made his debut against Jeremy Horn, and I think Jeremy Horn is a really good fighter. And he tricked him into a front choke, My God, the tightest front choke I've ever seen, and he finished it really quick, like in 1 minute. So.
Yeah, he did guillotine Jeremy Horn in 1 minute. Now in this position here, they're battling for position, but because they're both good grapplers, I think they're going to neutralize each other. What Braga can do maybe is to do some chopping shots on the ear to frustrate Shoji. But Shoji has got to either pass the guard or start to ground and pound from this position.
Yeah. I hope they are going to work. But in the rules meeting they said if nothing happens on the ground, they will stand it up.
Yeah, this is a little bit on the strategic side. Both fighters are experienced, and they're not going to try and just go right out there and make a mistake. But in the meantime, they have to think in terms of, is this entertainment, and are they going to please the audience and want to sell tickets? There's some activity now. Braga does have a good triangle choke, so he's keeping that guard loose in case Shoji puts that arm to try and pass the guard. But I think Shoji is a little bit smart from that. Oh, Shoji passed the guard into the side mount. And he looks like he's going for a key lock here.
Oh, but he's back already in the guard. Half guard.
Oh, and he goes out back door and back up standing. Now that's the power of sweat, boss. I mean, when you're slippery and you turn your back and put the hips up high, you can shuck the guy off of you.
Yep, but way more interesting for the audience right now.
There's that right hand, it missed. Back into the clinch. And Braga's going hard with that right knee and that left knee to the legs of Shoji. Shoji does have some tree stumps of legs. So far, this would have been a tough one to score. It seems that Braga has had the edge standing, where Shoji did control the fight to some degree on the ground.
Yeah, and he had the takedown. I don't know how far. Yeah, the takedowns count too, huh?
The takedown, but then Braga had the escape from the mount. Ooh. Oh, he went for that high knee. And Shoji throws the, oh, if that would have caught him clean, that would have hurt. That left hook of Shoji just grazed off the chin of Braga, but Braga just looked at him like no big deal.
Nope.
Braga goes for that uppercut, and Shoji slips it. Back into the clinch. Good block by Shoji. I think both of these men have a tremendous amount of respect for the other. Thus, they are not fighting aggressively.
Yeah.
Usually,
no, it's dangerous, you know, this situation. Ebenezer knows now, right now, that Shoji wants to take him down. So he has to keep controlling that arm, you know. Otherwise, Shoji is going to take him down. He's going to be in the same position. Here we go.
Nice trip takedown by Shoji into the guard again. Braga loosens up his grip on the arms. In Pride, there are certain restrictions with the rules. There's no biting, no eye gouging, no headbutts, of which Shoji could do here, but he will not do because it's forbidden. There are no attacks to the groin, no hair pulling, no attacks to the back of the head or spine, no elbows to the head or face, and no grabbing the ring ropes, no escaping outside the ring, and no throwing the opponent out of the ring. There is no kicking, as we said before, of the opponent when he is on all fours facing down.
Yeah.
But you can kick him if he's on his back facing up to the head.
Yes.
Now what we have here is a bit of a stalemate on the ground. Braga effective in neutralizing Shoji from any kind of grappling offense with the guard, but Shoji keeping Braga down. How would a judge be scoring this position for which fighter?
I don't know. I think it's like equal. I mean, if you're in somebody's guard and you can't use that, it's difficult to fight from the guard. Especially, you see Ebenezer trapped one arm. What can you do? You know, this is it's all about a game setup. If somebody works, you can work. If somebody doesn't move, you cannot move.
Now, you notice how Shoji's keeping his hips down low so that Ebenezer can't get his foot under his thigh and try and sweep him and elevate him.
Yeah.
So they're both aware of, the various defenses and offenses of straight submission wrestling.
Yep, they know exactly what's going on. Talking about professional fighters, these guys train 2 times a day, Other people go to work, that's what they do. So it makes it very difficult to force yourself in a submission, especially from the guard.
Mr. Shoji has done relatively well against Brazilian fighters. In his very first no-holds-barred fight, he fought the great Renzo Gracie to a 30-minute draw.
Yeah.
Then, in his next match against a Brazilian jiu-jitsu man, he knocked out Valij Ismail. The referee stopped the fight from punches. So he has been successful against Brazilian fighters. But right now, Braga, being the crafty technician that he is, seems to be neutralizing Shoji to a large degree. Not a terribly exciting fight in the process, but a tactical one.
Yes, he's doing a good job, What can you do while he's sitting on the ground? Let's hope he's going to make one more escape like he did before, and the fight's going to be on the feet again.
I think because it is a single fight as opposed to a tournament where they have to fight 2-3 times, they can spend their time and think, okay, let's go into the second round without trying to get the fight over. Like, let's say in the finals, May 1st, they're going to try and get those fights over quickly because they might have to fight 2 or 3 times.
Yep, that's true. It's a real good point, I think. Yeah, but also what difficult is, or dangerous is, that if you throw all your energy away in the beginning of the round and it doesn't work, then you're in big trouble, of course.
Well, it depends on how much confidence and how much experience you do have at finishing with submission or knockout punching. Let's say a man like an Igor Vovchanchyn, he can go out there and lay a shot on you knowing that he's done it and been there and done that many times before.
Yep.
Whereas neither one of these gentlemen have had a reputation as finishing fighters early.
Yep.
They wait till the opponent tires and gives them the submission or the knockout.
When the level of fighters are this close together, what you see here in the ring, then conditioning plays the biggest part. Who's got the best stamina, and that's probably the guy who's going to win.
I had predicted that this would be one of the more competitive matchups, and right now it is turning out to be as close. It is possible that this first round will end. Okay, it looks like they're going to have either a restart or slide them. They're going to slide them back. Now, in a situation like this where the fighters are in jeopardy of falling out of the ring, they do slide them over, reset them into the position they were in the middle of the ring, then restart them. They do not start them again standing.
I think that's really good because sometimes you're working for a submission. You will set up a submission, and then suddenly they say, hey, no, you're under the rope, let's stand up and go for it. I think this is the best thing. Mm-hmm. They do it in Brazil too. This is the way it's supposed to be. Or fight in a cage, so you never can escape the rope.
The ways to win in Pride obviously are from a knockout or a TKO. You can also win if your opponent taps out, meaning they submit by either strikes or a submission hold. The other way to win is via a judge's decision. We have 3 judges at ringside. And you can also win via disqualification. If a fighter intentionally breaks the rules, he will be warned and be given a yellow card. If he intentionally breaks the rules 3 times, he will be disqualified and the other fighter will win the fight.
Thank God all the fighters we have in the tournament, or anyway, in the 16 guys we have, are all professionals and nice guys. So I don't think we see a lot of rule breaking tonight.
I don't think so either, because the fighters in the tournament do not have a reputation as going outside of the laws of how to win in a no-holds-barred fight. Our judges at ringside are Yoshinori Nishi from Japan.
3 minutes.
Last 3 minutes.
Takashi Kobayashi from Japan. Gilberto from USA, and Matt Hume from USA. Our rule director, referee, and judge is Yuji Shimada.
Oh, he's going for a triangle, but a guy like Shoji feels it coming and back in the guard.
Now, see, they waited until some action,
Yep.
And he went for the triangle. Shoji popped out, tried to jump on top of him, possibly mount him, but Ebenezer got the legs under, tried to elevate him, but then Shoji fell back into the guard.
And that's how the game has to be played.
Around this time of the year, boss, a lot of fighters are training primarily in grappling because there is an event in Saudi Arabia to straight grappling. So I don't know if these gentlemen have any aspirations on just competing in straight grappling, but I would think that they had more likelihood to stick with no holds barred, which would be striking and grappling because the Pride purse is so big.
Yeah. $200,000 plus the start money they get, and even the second place or third place, like you said, it's good money. So
plus they make money tonight. If they win tonight, they make their money for their appearance fee or whatever that is. But to win that tournament in $200,000, that's one of the richest purses ever offered in mixed martial art combat.
Yep. The only thing that's higher is the K1. Yeah, that's not no holds barred. So this is the highest price paid in no holds barred in the world.
And this is only going to get bigger and better.
Yeah, you see it. How many people we got here? We got maybe 40 million people, or 40,000. And you see, it's growing and growing. If it's going to be like the K1, then it will fill up the place, and then the prize money is going to be better.
I think over the last 3 years, since Pride has started, Pride has pretty much become the dominant force in the world of no holds barred. For sure, fighters want to fight in Pride as the number. Oh, look at that, the up kick. Oh, nice kick by Shoji. A little bit of action, no significant strikes, but action. There's the low kick and a nice trap by Braga and a good right hand.
This is going to be a draw, so we're going to be another round. That's what I guess. I mean, they're both real good, did real good. Look at that. Nice sprawl. Whoa,
Braga tried that axe kick and missed. Shoji came up winging. Both these men have such good defense on the ground and standing, it's hard for the other to land a significant strike. It was landed on the tip of Braga's jaw. Shoji goes to try to shoot, but Braga gets him up high.
And time.
I think that round was a tie, boss. Both men did damage a little bit, but not significant enough to win, and I would have to say that was an even round.
I think so too. I think it's an even round. I think it's going to be another one. 2 minutes rest, if there's going to be another round. And that's good too, you know, not 1 minute. Let them rest all the way.
Well, with
2 minutes, you have a lot of rest.
Yeah, with a 15-minute fight, that's a long burst of energy. In Thailand, the entire fight is 15 minutes long. It's 5 3-minute rounds.
Yeah.
But this is like an entire Muay Thai fight. Only you have grappling as well. Both men look like they're ready to go for another round too. Neither one of them looks entirely out of gas. There's that trap and the right hand by Braga. And let's go to the decision.
Judge 3名の判定により勝者Shoji
Akira Shoji has pulled out the decision, boss.
Yeah, I would have liked to see another round. But hey, he had to take down.
He did get the takedowns, and he was on top. He did seem to be the busier with strikes a little bit. I think we will see more of Ebenezer Fontes Braga, though.
Oh, of course. I mean, hey, listen, I thought it was a draw for sure. I think they both did good. It's what you said, he escaped the mount, stood up. Takes a lot of skills too, you know. And but hey, has to be a winner. And right now, that's Shoji.
But Braga did not do anything to establish dominance. I mean, he threw a couple shots, but Shoji actually landed most of the shots standing up to the chin. Now here we go in the last minute of action. Shoji trying to get the mount, but falling back into the guard of Braga. So it was a 2-0 judges victory for Akira Shoji over Ebenezer Fontes Braga. And there's the good respect of the two fighters. We like to see the good sportsmanship, boss.
Yes, that's what it's all about. And we're going on.
And moving on, that was a very tactical fight.
The next one is going to be fun against Hans Nijman also.
Oh, yes.
A guy I know very well.
One of those Holland bad boys is coming up.
Yep, and against Kazuyuki Fujita. Fujita is like a 4 consecutive times wrestler, national championship wrestler here in
Now this is significant that Shoji has made it into the finals. So we now have at least one Japanese fighter in the Pride Grand Prix 2000 finals on May 1st. And no one more deserving in a way, because this is a really hard worker. I think he's always been. Now our next match. Mr. Antonio Inoue against Muhammad Ali. His student, Kazuyuki Fujita. That's a fast shoot.
So we know what he's going to do, huh?
Well, he's a 4-time national Japanese wrestling champion, so he's quick with the takedown. Kazuyuki Fujita with his master Antonio Inoue against, from Holland, another bad boy from Holland, Hans Nijman. This, boss, is a classic matchup of the wrestler, Kazuyuki Fujita, pro wrestling, against the striker, Hans Nijman.
青コーナー187センチ、111.8キロ。Hans
Hans Nijman from Holland.
赤コーナー182センチ、107.5キロ。藤田
Mr. Fujita from Japan seems to have quite a significant following here, boss.
Yes, every pro wrestler has it here. They're very big. They fill up places like this. Isn't that amazing? He looks really good, I have to say. Nice, short and compact, strong.
He looks very strong.
He's got the glass therapy. You can see on his back, he got all these circles, black circles. That's some Japanese medicine thing.
Nijman didn't seem to want to go back to his corner. And as we expect, they come out and they're circling. Fujita is waiting here. I expected him to shoot immediately.
Yeah, I think Hans is waiting for a knee for that. The way he stands, looks like he's going to throw a knee when he's going to take a shot.
He's got the southpaw stance. There's the kick, and he goes for the front choke. He's got control.
Oh, good punch.
Good left hit.
Oh, my God.
He went for it all, boss, and then Fujita's got him on the ground.
He should have punched. God damn it.
He went for that high kick. Fujita capitalized. Took him down.
That looked really good.
Side control. Now, Nijman is trying to get up, but Fujita into the guard. Tries to hop over, but Nijman does have a guard.
He has a guard, and he probably can strike better from here than Fujita can. We don't know, of course, but thinking about it, he's a wrestler. That's where I go.
A lot of times the wrestlers try to strike, but they don't have the correct training because they've spent most of their careers working on control and on takedowns.
Yep.
You've had some experience dealing with wrestlers in no holds barred.
Yes, I did.
As a matter of fact, you were in a very similar position to this. You were on the bottom, as Nyman was, and Kevin Randleman was on top of you in a fight.
And it was pretty tough the first 4 minutes. I mean, he delivered a lot of damage.
Of course, in this fight, Nyman cannot do the elbow to the crown of the head as you did.
Yes. And you have to skip your hips out, and it's you have to know how to work the guard and go from side to side.
Now, Fujita is keeping control over Nyman's hands so that he can't get a shot off to the ear or the side of the head. But there's a little chopping punch there. You can hurt someone from that position, but it's really hard to knock someone out from the bottom in the guard position.
Yep. Yeah, not like when you're Daddy Goodridge. We saw that happening. When you're a real good striker, you'll be able to do it.
He's knocked people out from the bottom in the guard.
Oh, no. Oh, we saw that doing...
Nice push back by Nyman. He tries for the up kick. And Fujita tries to get the side and passes the guard into the side mount. Now he's going for that choke there.
No, but it's not a really choke. I don't know.
It's more of a headlock. He doesn't have the arm over in front of his face or neck.
It's going for neck though.
Now Nyman's on his back, so he's in a bad position. He taps out. He tapped out from a neck break box.
Unbelievable.
Kazuyuki Fujita has tapped out Hans Nyman from Holland with a straight-up headlock neck crank. Nyman stayed on his back. It was a no-no in that position. You want to try and get on your side.
Yes, but still, if you know the proper defense for this, then nothing is going on. If you skip on your hip to the side, there is no neck crank anymore. So
Kazuyuki Fujita taps out Hans Nyman at 2:48 of round number 1. Now here we have some action where Nyman is trying to nail him with an up kick, but Fujita passes the guard, goes into the side mount, and
goes for the neck crank.
Gets the grip around the neck.
It's the Mark Coleman neck pull, which we saw him doing on Don Fry. And Dan Severn also, I guess, huh?
He choked out Dan Severn with that move.
Yep.
Here it is, and he cranks it up, and that's a hard move because Fujita's got a lot of arm strength there. And there it is. It's a classic, and he asked him if he was okay after the match.
Nice guy, though.
That's a great victory. It's a strong guy on the ground.
Yeah, but you can see the way he's built.
So another promising Japanese fighter has made it past the first round of the tournament into the finals. Mr. Fujita is going to be formidable, I think.
I think so too. But hey, we don't know the rest. But that's the good thing about it. You know, we don't want to know a lot about a fighter because then he can keep on surprising us.
Well, we saw he had the ability to pass the guard. We saw he had the ability for a quick shoot. And he's got a great neck crank.
Oh, To the audience, he was telling the audience that the way to be a champion is a tough way, but he's going to do his best for it. Good message.
That's a great message, and the crowd loved it. A very likable young man. Big victory. He beat a big man in Hans Nyman. That's a big guy.
That's a big guy and a dangerous guy too, trust me.
Sakuraba versus Royce Gracie. Hicks and Gracie looks on. Kazushi Sakuraba, Pride's crown jewel, a master of submissions, goes for the armbar against Carlos Newton, but settles for a knee bar instead. Sakuraba can do submissions on the ground. He can strike. He's completely unpredictable. He does cartwheels. He can kick. He can punch. And there's the back kick. That was a beautiful kickboxing back kick, boss.
And he took him down on that. They don't show it.
And here's the wild man. Tries to stomp to the head. Jump stomp. Double slaps.
And he does it again with the right straight. Watch what he does. He hits then, and then he makes a straight. Oh, they don't show it. Here comes the armbar.
And here's his famous move, the straight armbar.
He had many people in the straight armbar. He had like Vernon Tiger White, Conan Silveira, and Ebenezer Braga. Then he got Royce Gracie.
But he can kick. That high kick knocked Royce down on his back. Now, true, Royce was outweighed by a significant amount in this fight. But here he has a hammerlock. And Royce didn't give up, but the referee stopped the fight. That fight would have been an automatic draw because there were no judges. But Mr. Sakuraba is widely regarded, now that Frank Shamrock is retired, as maybe the top middleweight.
Oh, yes, for sure.
And here we have Mr. Guy Mezger from the Lion's Den, former king of Pancrase. Guy Mezger can punch, as he shows here, and he can kick. He's got great kickboxing skills, great submission skills, as all the Lions Den fighters have. Good defense. But how will he deal with the back kick and the unpredictability of Sakuraba? Oh, boss, this is going to be a tremendous matchup. I look forward to this. Kazushi Sakuraba, who goes under the banner of pro wrestling, against Guy Mezger.
第4試合15分1ラウンドを行います。青コーナー183センチ 92.1 キロガイ・エンソン。赤コーナー180センチ 86.7 キロ桜庭。
He is such a nice guy. He went to train in the Beverly Hills Jiu-Jitsu Club. And what a personality.
Guy took this fight on sort of short notice. Originally, Kevin Randleman was supposed to fight Mr. Sakuraba, but somehow that fell through.
Yeah.
But Guy is glad to be here, and I expect it's going to be a competitive matchup. How will Guy Mezger solve the unpredictability of Kazushi Sakuraba? Here we go, round one.
That's a good kick there, right? Left kick to the body, that's the liver shot. But Guy's been there.
Sakuraba didn't even wait, he just threw that kick. Sometimes in No Holds Barred, they hesitate kicking at the body because it's easier to grab the leg.
Both men studying each other to see what they do on a certain move, what the reaction is.
There's a theory in boxing where they say be first. in this fight, I think Guy Mezger has to take that theory to heart because he can't wait for Mr. Sakuraba because Sakuraba will end up putting Guy in his game.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful right hand by Guy Mezger, right on the chin. It's a beautiful straight right.
Yeah, the audience, huh? Everybody's quiet. Amazing.
You can hear a pin drop in here. Sakuraba has the right foot forward. He is fighting from the southpaw stance, so the right hand is actually the good weapon to use if he continues in a stand-up battle.
Yep, I would go also for inside low kick. So as Guy kicks with right, he can kick him inside low kick, especially because his leg is packed.
Sakuraba tried a back knuckle.
Yeah, I saw it.
I've never seen that in the holds barred fight yet. Interesting choice of techniques.
Yes.
Like we discussed earlier, he is unpredictable.
Yeah, very unpredictable.
I'll bet you wish you were the first one to throw a back knuckle in a no-holds-barred fight.
Actually, I did a back fist on Frank Shamrock and I split his eye open, so that was really effective too.
There's the back kick, misses clearly. He telegraphed it a little bit. Guy's a little bit too good of a kickboxer. Sakuraba has landed that mainly against grappling-oriented opponents. Guy, being that he has a solid... Oh, there's the shoot, and Guy sprawls perfectly. And they're back into a stand-up. Guy throws that overhand right. That was a nice little sequence of action. Guy Mezger did good defense there, boss.
He's doing really good. Both are doing really good. They're looking at each other. And right now, the accuracy of Guy is a little bit better. There we go again. But you can never tell with Sakuraba. It's just an amazing guy.
He always figures out a way to win.
And again, a right hand.
See, that right hand is the perfect weapon in the stand-up fight against the southpaw, as I mentioned. Yeah, I like how Guy is checking those kicks, and he's using that jab just to keep out there, flick it out there, keep him thinking about it, and throw that right hand behind. It's just basically a boxing match right now. Sakuraba, I think, really wants to get this fight on the ground because in a stand-up fight, Guy may be able to edge him.
Yeah, but still, Guy's very good on the ground too, you know, and you will be surprised. You know, he knows a lot. He's difficult to submit, and so he knows both games: standing up, striking, and then the groundwork. And you see Sakuraba taking the shot on him, and
another shoot,
real good again.
Beautiful defense
and
by
a
Guy
nice
Mezger.
to the liver.
See, what Guy Mezger does when Mr. Sakuraba shoots is he sprawls back, then he makes him pay with a couple strikes when he's standing back up.
Yep. But he did. While Sakuraba was standing up, he gave him a left knee to the liver. So
yeah, there he goes punching to the body.
That's like a total setup, and a guy like Sakuraba does that. A few strikes to the body, and the next one will be the head.
Oh, he blocked it. Oh, if he wouldn't have blocked that, that might have been a knockdown.
It's a nice warning there, so to keep the hands up.
I wouldn't be surprised if Guy Mezger tried his own high kick.
Yeah, you see that a lot, huh?
There's the high kick again by Sakuraba. Guy Mezger blocked it again, but it still looks good to a judge. Sakuraba is initiating some attacks there. Do you think that if this fight goes the distance... Oh, now they're down. Good left hand by Guy Mezger.
Whoa.
Is that left high kick again?
Good attacks and good blocking and everything, man. This is...
Guy tried that left side kick. Ended up being more of a push than anything. If this fight goes the distance, do you think that there's a hometown decision situation?
They have to do. They cannot give it right now. At this moment, they cannot give it to Sakuraba. That's one thing for sure. I mean, they both deserve another round. And here he goes again.
Mezger is landing that right hand whenever he throws it. I think that Sakuraba would be better off on the ground with Guy Mezger because the stand-up fight, Guy's going to chip away. He throws that knee, didn't really do anything effective, and they go back to standing.
Yeah, but Guy's training with Derek Panza, who's a really good striker and a professional, really good boxer. And
do you think that Sakuraba can beat Guy standing up?
You know what? I really can't tell because he got so many things. He can throw out suddenly spinning high kick, and we don't know. He still doesn't really show what he can do, and he's capable of a lot. So
Guy Mezger did land that left roundhouse kick, but it was with the end of the foot, so there wasn't much on it.
no, but it's good for Sakuraba to know to keep his hands up too. You know.
Oh yeah. Guy goes for that left side kick again. I keep waiting for Mr. Mezger to throw that right low kick on the inside of Sakuraba's right leg.
Yeah, especially the leg is taped. You know, I mean, it's like an invitation.
So you know it's tender. It's an easy target for, you know, inflicting some damage.
Plus, it's your strong leg, your back leg, when you kick with the right.
One thing you do sometimes is give up a takedown.
What was that?
I don't know. It looks like a downward slap. We know it's not an elbow because elbows are not allowed here in Pride. There's another back knuckle. Mr. Unpredictability.
Yep. Like that one, you should counter with a right straight, right hook from.
There's a hook kick attempt by Guy Mezger. In some ways, this is coming off more like a sparring match. But both men are being cautious because they have that respect. They don't want to go in there raging and leave themselves open, possibly get knocked out or submitted.
Yep. It's a really clean fight, and again a high kick.
Nice little high kick, slapped right upside the jaw of Sakuraba. And here he's got that single leg, and going for that single leg. Guy's trying to work his way out of it.
And he's doing a really good job. That was a very good sprawl to get out of that situation. Whoa. That's what I said. Guy is a wrestler from origin, I thought. He wrestled a lot in high school. And he's doing a real good job. He's holding the foot of Sakuraba so he cannot really put the force on.
Sakuraba's really trying to get that left leg. But Mezger has really sprawled and used that elbow to the body. Elbows are legal to the body, but not to the head. And there's no striking behind the head or spine.
I would go for the choke if I was Guy right now because he's got his hand locked, you know.
Oh, now they're back to standing.
Very good. What a nice and clean fight. Very good.
Sakuraba can't really do anything with Guy so far. He tried to take down, he got him down, but Guy's got some strong legs to get away from that single leg takedown.
Yep.
Tried a spinning back fist, Guy just ducked.
And he saw it. He blocked it too with his hands. He ducked and he blocked it. So it means he's very concentrated right now.
Do you think it's possible that Sakuraba took Guy Mezger lightly?
Oh, I sure hope that he didn't do that.
Okay, there's a single leg attempt again by Mr. Sakuraba. Guy getting into a position. The left side of Sakuraba's head is open. Guy's trying to keep that left arm of Sakuraba's from working on his leg. I expect them to be down on the ground any second. We've got 5 minutes left. This has been a very, very tactical fight by both gentlemen. They're working slowly. Sakuraba will not give up that leg.
And Guy will not give away the takedown, so this is pretty interesting right now.
There is some energy being expended in this sort of a clinch grapple situation where both men are trying to fight for a position and neither one has the other one down yet. And Guy's back up.
There's the crossface.
Sakuraba's going for that single leg. Guy, and down, and Guy Mezger elevates him and gets back up.
Very good, Guy. God, this is a good fight.
This is a technical round. This is a good fight. Guy Mezger did a great reversal there. Beautiful single leg elevator. Now Guy's going for a bit of an arm lock. Kazushi goes for his back, and they're back up.
And the left hook.
Guy Mezger neutralized Mr. Sakuraba's takedowns and is working on the leg.
He's blocking his low kick right now with his hand. That's not a very smart thing to do. So what Guy would do is like fake a low kick and give him a right straight. And again that left kick.
Sakuraba looks like he's got a little bit winded in that last grappling exchange. Mezger looks a little fresher at this particular moment.
What a sportsmanship. You see it, he pulls up.
Yeah, see, beautiful sprawl. It seems that Guy is executing a certain game plan. He has a specific game plan of just staying like, oh!
Very nice.
That was a nice kick by Mezger. Mezger's on the inside. Good uppercut to the body by Mezger. These are adding up, boss.
They do.
I think we might be looking at our first overtime. Even though it seems that Guy Mezger has had his way a little bit in the fight.
Yeah, and again with the right.
Beautiful right hand.
He's doing real good. I think
Sakuraba going for the single, and Mezger giving it up to a certain degree, but working his way back up.
He's not one of...
Oh! Now Sakuraba's got his back. I don't see it being too much of a problem. Mezger's got a lot of options here, being a Lion's Den guy with legs.
No, that's not going to work on Sakuraba. He will know for a lot. Well, maybe he's looking for it, you see. To go for knee bar, you mean?
He's going to try and dive into a knee bar. But Sakuraba knows
that it's there, so.
And looks like they're working back up and standing again. Mezger forced him to give up his. I mean, Mezger was in a potentially bad position.
Yep. And he came out again and throwing that left kick constantly, consistently.
I think it's disadvantageous for Sakuraba to try to box with Mezger. There it is, the right hand. Guy Mezger is being very patient here. Picking his shots, throwing that right hand. There's the shoot and the attack on the single. Guy's going for the... Guy's got his back again. Guy spins out and... And Guy pulls out of the armbar attempt. Mezger back up. Beautiful defense by Guy Mezger.
He's going for the front guillotine.
Now, Guy Mezger cannot throw the knee in this position, but if Mr. Sakuraba brings one of his arms up, he can.
Like now.
Like right now, he could throw the knee. Mezger could throw the knee, but now he's on all fours, cannot throw the knee. It seems that Mezger has controlled the action so far. Sakuraba got his back again. Now in the corner, it's going to be a tough position. He's going to go for the armbar. Mezger looks like he's working to stand up, but now Mezger's got Sakuraba's back.
He has to watch out for a knee bar. Sakuraba will go for it.
He's got the legs back and back to standing.
Beautiful fight.
This is a beautiful first round by Guy Mezger and Kazushi Sakuraba. I would have to think that Mezger had the advantage in that round.
I think so too. I think we don't know.
As I alluded to before, you don't want to think that there will be a hometown decision situation, but Mr. Sakuraba could not impose his grappling game. He could not impose his striking game. Yet Guy Mezger would land such as this, as we're looking at now. There's the high kick, but that did land to a certain degree on Guy Mezger. And here's another angle. That was a good shot.
That was a good shot right there.
Guy partially blocked it, but it did land.
But I want to see also the right straights.
Yeah,
thrown by Guy Mezger. So.
He landed about 3 or 4 good straight rights, and he did get out of the way of the single leg takedowns, and Guy Mezger got out of the way of Mr. Sakuraba, had his back a couple times.
It's amazing. I think it's very interesting, very unbelievable to escape situations like that. I think you should count points for that too.
And here we go for the decision.
Judge, you said about Doro. Judge, Nishi, Doro.
It was a draw. That's fair. Guy didn't hurt Sakuraba, per se. Here we go. For the first time in the opening round tonight that we've had an overtime round. Guy Mezger is now going to fight overtime with Mr. Sakuraba.
There's something going on. I see.
Ken Shamrock doesn't seem real happy with the decision of a draw. He seems pretty compelled to think that that was a decision for Guy Mezger. I would tend to agree on a technical standpoint. Ken Shamrock is pretty upset. He's pretty upset here. He's pretty upset here. There seems to be a scene in the ring. Ken Shamrock is very upset, and he's ordering Guy Mezger to go back to the dressing room. Seems very disgruntled with that decision of a draw for Guy Mezger.
Yeah, and it's true. He was hitting him, and kicking him. And
now Mr. Sakuraba is being approached by Ken Shamrock in the ring. I don't know what's going on, but this is a little bit of a controversial match. Because of Ken Shamrock's...
What they were saying, what they were announcing is that he lost his will to fight. That's why Sakuraba won. Now that's what they're saying, but that's not what we saw.
Okay, here we go for the second half of this evening. I think one of the things that separates the Pride productions from many of the other productions around the world is the spectacular show element. Tonight we have many drums banging, a lot of the traditional Japanese drums. And believe me, folks, those drums are loud here at ringside. Okay, joining me at ringside now for their next match between Masaaki Satake, former K1 fighter. Joining me at ringside, I have Gary Big Daddy Goodridge. Hi, Gary, how you doing?
Not bad at all.
Good to see you.
Yes, nice to see you too.
Masaaki Satake, former Kyokushin fighter, former K1 kickboxer.
Man, this guy's got his stuff together.
Competing for the first time in his first no-holds-barred fight.
I'm looking forward to this fight.
There he is knocking out Chemo. Going wild there with Michael Bernardo.
Oh man, did you see that? Oh, take a look at that.
Satake's really going for it on that.
I'm telling you, this man can hit. I'm looking forward to him and Coleman going at it. Now both these guys have both beaten me. Mark Coleman and Satake. These boys can do it, let me tell you. They know how to, Mark Coleman, ground and pound specialist. He knows how to get down and knock them belly out. Yeah. Are you ready for an exciting fight?
Yes, I've been ready since the beginning of the evening.
There we go. Now, I've lost to both these guys, so I know what's behind them punches.
Yeah. Yeah, you fought Satake in the K1.
Yes. And Mark Coleman, UFC 10.
Our next fight, a tremendous matchup between Masaaki Satake from Japan versus Mark Coleman from the United States.
Welcome
back, everybody, and now the fifth bout.
青コーナーよりマーク・コールマン選手の入場です。
Blue corner, Mark Coleman.
Okay, big Mark Coleman, former two-time UFC champion. This is Mark's third appearance in Pride. He's 35 years old, from Ohio. He's 6'1", 231 pounds, and he's from his own gym, the Hammer House. Although in his corner tonight, he is Tim Obaki Catalfo. Coleman brings in a lot of strength and a lot of experience. He's grown tremendously over the last year in the game of no holds barred. He's coming off of a huge victory over Ricardo Morais, a 20-minute fight in Pride 8 on January 21st. He won a unanimous decision in that. Looks real focused.
He's got his game faced on today, I tell you.
Coleman is one of the strongest competitors in the event. Mark the Hammer Coleman in the ring.
赤コーナーより佐竹正明選手の入場です。
Red corner, Masaaki Satake.
there's the very familiar Godzilla theme, Masaaki Satake. Fans here in Japan have heard that theme many times when Mr. Satake entered the ring in the K1 and other huge events here. He's a 34-year-old gentleman from Osaka, Japan, 6'2", 232 pounds. This man embodies the spirit of Japan. He's a very, very focused fighter when he gets in the ring, and he comes here to fight. He does not come here to feel out his opponent. In his corner, we have Maurice Smith and TK Kosaka. A lot of knowledge there. Been training with Maurice Smith up in his Seattle gym. Mr. Satake has fought in the K1 for 9 years, and this is his very first no-holds-barred fight. His biggest wins in kickboxing were against Branko and Stan the Man Longinitas.
And me.
He feels that his progression into no-holds-barred fighting is, as I would quote him, it's the natural evolution of fighting. There he is, Masaaki Satake. And joining me at ringside, I'm very happy to have Big Daddy Gary Goodridge.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Just coming off his sensational first round win.
How fast was that win?
That was a quick win. It was
51 seconds.
51 seconds on a forearm choke.
This is going to be an exciting fight tonight.
I think so.
I'm really looking forward to this one. Let's see how much Satake has prepared himself. Maurice Smith and Kosaka, let's see what they taught him.
Now, Gary, you faced both these gentlemen. You faced Satake in kickboxing and Mark Coleman in the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Yes, I've lost to both these gentlemen in both their disciplines. But it's a different story tonight. You know, the life has moved on a little more. This should be a good fight.
So it's the kickboxer versus the wrestler. It's always a classic matchup when that happens.
And here we go. Getting ready for the big shoot now.
Coleman will shoot. He's not going to want to stand up with Satake. Both fighters very relaxed. Satake looks like he's a little bit...
a little nervous.
A little nervous, a little tense.
The feeling out era. I feel each other out.
There's quite a bit of difference between training up in Seattle and getting in the ring with Mark Coleman, as you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of difference. But he's got some good, strong coaches behind him. The Kosaka and Maurice Smith, they're good, positive guys behind him.
Coleman knows he goes for that double leg. Satake tries to sprawl, and there it goes. Coleman with a double leg takedown right into Satake's guard. Going for that neck crank. Satake trying to push his way out. Satake could be in some trouble here, although I believe that he must have been coached by Maurice in the same attack. It looks very similar to when Coleman fought Maurice.
Oh, yeah. Got to weather a big storm right here.
Coleman trying for that neck crank. Satake tapping out on a straight neck crank.
Beautiful. Satake, I guess he wasn't used to that.
Like I said before, there's a difference between training up there with neck cranks and then getting into the ring with one of the strongest competitors in the Pride Grand Prix 2000, Mark Coleman, getting a big victory, a very quick victory. Congratulating Kosaka. There they are, the two former nemesis. Mark Coleman.
Beautiful fight. Congratulations, Mark Coleman. But you still got to give Kosaka. You still got to give Satake hats off for getting in the ring. His first NHB match against a man that's a proven man.
Yeah, Satake, you know, he had the courage to get in there against a guy of the stature of Mark Coleman, and here it is. Coleman is just waiting for that shooting opportunity, takes the double leg takedown. Coleman, a former Olympic wrestler, very hard to stay on your feet with that man. Goes to the neck crank immediately. Satake pushes his way out at first, but then Coleman just grinds away, a couple punches to soften Satake up.
In order to get out of that, you need to drop your guard and push your butt back. This releases the pressure, but an inexperienced person don't know this.
And he goes for that neck crank, and he gets the tap out at 1 minute and 14 seconds. Satake in some pain there from the neck crank. There's another angle. Coleman stalking his prey, going for the double leg. Pulling double. Satake on his back.
Beautiful. 1 minute and 14 seconds, neck crank.
Well, Coleman obviously is glad that this is over quickly. And he's obviously going to be looking forward to entering for that $200,000 cash grand prize. And there's the neck crank, and there's the tap right there by Satake. Coleman's paid his dues, and he's back in the winner's circle again. There he is at ringside. A huge victory for Mark the Hammer Coleman.
Yes. The dream team.
Good work, Mark.
Hammer side. Very good victory.
Coleman looks like he's ready to go for another one. A great win for Mark Coleman. I don't know if I'd want to get slapped 5 by that man right now. That's a lot of power coming. Yeah, but you know something about power, Gary.
Yeah, well, you know, Coleman's a little pumped up now. The adrenaline's going, so he's slapping a lot harder than he wants to, you know.
Now, there is a possibility that you may face him again at some point. What? Oh, good. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Anyway, as we were saying, there's a chance that you may have a rematch with Mr. Coleman.
I'm looking forward to the rematch. I would like nothing more than to beat him a little bit more. You know, Coleman and I got some unfinished business. I mean, we're friends and everything, but in the ring, we're different, you know. We different here. He's trying to, see, there he goes trying to mimic me. See that? See that there?
Yeah, I like that. See, Gary, one of the things that makes you a very popular fighter in Japan is that sensational winning personality that you have.
Well, you know, you got to do it like it is, and you got to say it like it is, you know, because I don't back down for nobody, you know. I've had to go on some people's doorsteps a few times to straighten them out on what has to be done.
Okay, here we go, the next match of the evening. Igor Vovchanchyn from the Ukraine, the punching machine. Here he is against Gary Big Daddy Goodridge, my compatriot here at ringside, and against Akira Shoji. Vovchanchyn is just a brawling machine. He just lays it to everyone. Mark Kerr dropped with the right hand. He's got punching power. He's got tenacity. He's got a lot of experience. A huge knockout there of Francisco Bueno. He knocked Bueno unconscious there. Look at that mouthpiece fell out. Look at Bueno. Oh, that's a horrendous knockout. Igor Vovchanchyn. This man defies all logic. Up against Alexander Otsuka.
Well, this is going to be a good match.
Former professional wrestler. This is his 5th appearance in Pride. He is the man who defeated Marco Ruas. Marco Ruas was a former dominant figure in the no-holds-barred fight world, and Otsuka put it to him one night. Then he fought Renzo Gracie in the previous Pride 8. Got some good takedowns with Renzo, controlled the fight. Got out of Renzo's submission attempts, inevitably losing a very close decision to Mr. Gracie in Pride 8. Alexander Otsuka, the diet butcher, they call him. versus Igor Vovchanchyn. Our next sensational matchup from Japan, Alexander Otsuka, hailing from pro wrestling, against the Ukrainian punching machine, Igor Vovchanchyn from kickboxing.
7.8 キロ。Igor Vovchanchyn!
Mr. Ice Cold, Igor Vovchanchyn.
赤コーナー、183センチ、85.4 キロ。アレキサンダー
Alexander Otsuka comes in right around 200 pounds, and Igor Vovchanchyn does have the weight advantage at 238 pounds. Otsuka is 28 years old, Vovchanchyn 26. Both men have had multiple appearances in Pride. Vovchanchyn has been, this is his fifth, or actually sixth Pride, and this is the fourth time Mr. Otsuka has been in Pride. I expect that Mr. Otsuka is going to want to take this fight to the ground quick, Gary.
Expectation is correct. He's got a good shoot. It'll be a lot of feeling out process here.
But he's looking into the eyes of experience in Igor Vovchanchyn. He's been in with some great fighters, yourself included. There's the shoot and the sprawl from Vovchanchyn. Vovchanchyn grinding away with that right hook.
The Diet Butcher is taking some leather.
Igor continues to grind away on that left ear of Mr. Otsuka with that right hook. That's going to start to smart after a while.
Just a little bit.
Back to standing.
There we go. Alexander got his nose bloodied a little bit. He's ready to go, though. There we go.
Going a wild right hand. On paper, it would appear that Otsuka would be outgunned in this fight just from the weight and the experience.
Definitely.
But we'll see, because he's got a lot of heart. Oh, spinning back, kick, attempt. Missed clearly, but nonetheless, he's just reminding Igor that there is more to his toolbox than just the shoot and the tackle and the submission. Vovchanchyn takes his time. Vovchanchyn does not have what is called a bodybuilder body, but he's got stamina to spare, Gary. Oh, beautiful right hand. It's a clean knockdown there. Left uppercut right hand by Igor Vovchanchyn.
Maybe we should give him an 8 count.
Flying drop kick to the leg by Otsuka. It missed. Crowd liked it, though. There's the shoot and the sprawl. Seems to be a pattern that we're getting into. Igor's got a real good straight pancake sprawl defense against the double leg.
He most certainly does. He's well-rounded. I'm expecting a knee any minute now.
And there it is, just as you predicted. Now, Igor has a certain demeanor before the fight. There's another pancake sprawl, slapped him straight down. I picture that Otsuka's going to have a really difficult time getting Igor down.
He most certainly will. It appears that Otsuka's a little tired already. If you see him, he's breathing really heavy.
Maybe that wrestling match in the afternoon wasn't such a good idea, Gary.
Probably not. Watch him, his mouth is wide open already.
Igor with that left-right combination, partially blocked by Otsuka. Nice left hook to the body. Vovchanchyn controlling Otsuka. Otsuka trying to spin out unsuccessfully. Now, Igor got into some trouble when he had Mark Kerr in a similar position 2 prides ago. He threw a couple of knees of which he seemed to have a lock on a victory, but he gave it a no contest because of a couple of knees in the same position. When a person's on all fours, you cannot knee to the head or kick to the head. But if they raise up onto at least 3 limbs, you can go to the head with the kick or the knee.
That's beautiful. See, I don't understand what the problem is. You should be able to knee or kick the head anytime you want.
It would seem because it gives the striker more of an advantage. If you can do that. In this position, Igor could be raining those things down, a la Don Fry versus Omri Batech. Igor's hammering away.
Not too much on them punches. He's got no room, really.
But the punches on the ear do eventually affect the equilibrium, and it stings.
Oh, they start ringing after a while, yeah.
Because that membrane is very sensitive. Asuka.
He's got his mouth wide open now.
He's still focused.
He's got Igor backing up, though.
There's no quit in his eyes. Oh, he threw his own punch, and Igor caught him with his. Otsuka's got a lot of... Oh, beautiful right hand by Vovchanchyn. It rocked Otsuka. Another big hand. Oh, Vovchanchyn almost. Vovchanchyn's in a bad situation here. He's in a potential triangle or an armbar. He's got to be really careful here. He passes the guard. It was a very good escape because Otsuka had him in some potential trouble there, Gary.
I'm unsure if Alexander Suka really practices much on this NHB game, but he definitely looks like he's got a lot of stamina from playing the game earlier, as well as, boy, let me tell you, he's taking a lot of leather tonight.
Yeah, well, he's obviously a great athlete because to do what he just did against Igor Vovchanchyn does take at least, at bottom line, some athletic skill. Igor is very difficult to choke out. He's never been choked out. He's fought some top Brazilian jiu-jitsu people, and he's just been able to get out. They've gotten his back. He gets out. He just always figures out a way to get back up and drop the right and left hook. Tonight we have 48,000 people
on hand,
crammed into the Tokyo Dome to see the opening round of the Pride Grand Prix 2000.
And I cannot, for the life of me, see an empty seat. There we go. It looks like Igor's going for a naked choke.
He's actually going for a guillotine, but Otsuka has the right arm and shoulder in there, making it difficult for him to initiate that choke. Igor continues to grind away with that right hand.
I'm not sure what Alexander's strategy is at this point, but doesn't seem to be doing very well.
There's not much he can do at this particular point because he does seem to be a little bit tired.
Wrestling earlier.
He might try and tuck and roll, but Igor is really strong guy. He doesn't, like I said before, he doesn't have a bodybuilder body, but he's got a lot of upper body strength and lower body strength too. So Igor's decided to give the right hand a rest and go to work with that left chopping hook. Now back to the right. Maybe Otsuka is hoping that Igor will punch himself out, but nobody so far in his fighting career has ever seen him do that because he seems to always have one more punch left. Maybe Igor should just stand up from here. Push his way back and stand back up and see.
I thought that that's what Igor would be doing to begin with.
Yeah, because rather than sit there and play this game, because he can't get a clean shot off, he has much more opportunity to, if he just stood up, to land a clean shot, possibly a knockout. I think they're going to have to clean the mat after this particular match.
Yeah, it seems that Alexander's got a bloody nose.
It's hard to
stand up.
He might have other cuts as well. It's hard to see from this point, but it looks like he might have a cut under one of his eyes. Igor's being very disciplined in this fight, not throwing that knee when the man is on all fours. Chopping away.
Looks like Alexander might be going for a little spin out here. I don't know if he's got the energy to do that. Igor's got something else in mind.
Yeah, like giving him an Excedrin headache.
He's just not cooperating.
But there's no quit in Mr. Otsuka.
No, no, very proud man.
He's virtually shut down in this position. Igor is completely dominating the fight at this moment. Otsuka is moving forward, but Igor should stand up here. But maybe Igor has got a different game plan. Maybe he is hoping that Otsuka will stand up and he can throw the knee on the way up. This is a different sort of ground and pound. Usually when a fighter is associated with a ground and pound attack, they are on top of their opponent with their opponent facing up. In this particular moment, Igor only has side shots he can throw. He can't throw punches directly down to the back of the head because that is prohibited under Pride rules.
10 minutes passed.
We're only going to have another 5 more minutes of this.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lull in the action that the referee restarted these gentlemen standing. I know that Igor doesn't have to fight another fight tonight, but let's hope that he doesn't hurt his fist on that dome of Mr. Otsuka.
There we go.
And back up.
And the action starts again. Remnants of last fight with Alexander. He looked the same way.
But he doesn't seem to be emotionally any worse for the wear. He seems still very much into the fight. Oh, spinning back kick attempt. Igor stepped in with the right hand. Goes for that back kick again. Otsuka almost landed that right hand, but Igor countered with his own right hand. Igor doesn't throw a lot of kicks. Oh! Big right hand by Vovchanchyn now. Otsuka pulls him down. Oh, not a good position. Vovchanchyn is now in the mount. I don't picture Otsuka can have the energy to get out of this position. We could see a good deal of violence resulting in either a tap out or a referee stopping the fight.
The beginning of the end. Here we go.
Igor's going to pick his shots. Otsuka will turn. Now, he knows that Igor isn't known for submissions such as a rear naked choke, so I don't know if he's afraid. He's not afraid to turn his back to Igor, because if Igor goes up high and starts to rain down the punches, he might just turn his back and try and escape out the back door. More ground and pound. Some of those were missing, though, Gary.
A lot of them were missing. It appears that Igor is a little tired now himself. I've never seen this guy tired.
He's thrown a lot of punches when he had Otsuka in the upside down position.
Most people that get leather like that from Igor usually fall down to their knees, me included. But this Alexander must have a hard head.
He does, because Igor has caught him with some clean shots while standing and also some clean shots while on the ground. Well, it seems that if this does go to the judges, that Igor does have the win in hand.
I would say. I would think so, but I've seen stranger things have happened. You know, we're watching it from this angle, and other people are watching it from different angles, might see something different.
We do have an advantage here at the booth because we get all the different angles from all the different cameras, where the judge, they only see one vantage point, so sometimes it can give them a different impression of what's going on. 1 minute left. Vovchanchyn in complete control in the mount of Alexander Otsuka.
Looks like he's going for an armbar.
Yeah, Otsuka is posting that arm. If Igor was any kind of a submission guy, he would have had a straight armbar there. But he's just intent on doing his ground and pound thing. I mean, Igor is primarily a striker.
Primarily striker, but you never know. Sometimes when a submission is waiting, begging you, you take it.
He's not even trying for a key lock, trying to wear his arms out or anything. He's just grounding away. Otsuka tries to buck him off. And there's the end of the round. Igor Vovchanchyn helps up his battered victim. Gives him a little peck there on the cheek.
And I think it's pretty well said that Igor has won that match. Very good.
Igor completely dominated every aspect. Mr. Otsuka exhibited a tremendous amount of heart in that fight. He didn't quit. He took a lot of punishment. He did land a couple of chopping punches himself, but they didn't quite have the power taken. I mean, if a guy like you couldn't knock out Igor Vovchanchyn, chances are a 195-pound professional wrestler might not be able to either.
Alexander's not going to do it.
Here we go in the stand-up. Igor drops that overhand right. It's amazing that did not knock. Two times it did not knock him out, and then Igor made a mistake and almost gave up his back, and then got back down into the guard, almost went into a triangle choke. We have a different angle. Vovchanchyn throwing that overhand right.
Igor Vovchanchyn. Judge Kobayashi. Igor Vovchanchyn. Judge
So there it is, a unanimous decision for Igor Vovchanchyn. In some ways, Gary, I don't think this diminishes Otsuka's reputation, because he went the distance.
He went the distance
with a man
with
that
Igor.
very few people go the distance with.
Exactly. And he stood up to him toe-to-toe. He traded leather with him. He took some of Igor's best shots I've ever seen. That boy's got some balls, let me tell you. He knows how to do it. He knows how to do it.
Yes, he does.
And he wrestled this afternoon.
That's crazy. What if he didn't wrestle? Maybe he might have...
Unbelievable. Well, you know, his mouth wouldn't open as quick, but he would have still got his ass kicked. Oh, did I say that on live air here? Or taped air?
Here we go again. Vovchanchyn with that big overhand right. That seems to be his out punch. He used that quite effectively with Mark Kerr when he fought him. But Otsuka caught him there with a good counter punch, but Igor just shook it off and got back into control. Otsuka might have tried for an armbar there, but it's Igor with those short, stubby, strong arms. Here it is again. The good right hand by Otsuka, but then Igor showed us what a real right hand feels like. And there's that. Again, it's amazing to me that Mr. Otsuka did not go down from that first overhand right.
To me as well, too. And he should have gone down for the second 3 and 4 ones.
Я благодарю всех зрителей за большую поддержку, за уважение к этому шоу. Благодарю также своего соперника. Честно говоря, не хотел никогда с ним встречаться. как-то ему симпатизирую. Ну, воля судьбы свело нас. Ну, дай Бог. Спасибо.
They're very soft spoken.
お目にかかれて嬉しいです。プライドと皆さんご協力ありがとうございました。私の相手はとても強いです。私は、桜庭敦香さんと試合越しではありませんでした。友達です。ありがとうございました。
The very soft-spoken Igor Vovchanchyn.
Very soft-spoken, very humble.
He's a class act. I've interviewed him a number of times for various magazines, and he never has a bad thing to say about anyone.
No,
and,
he's an ass kicker.
Right in that speech that he just gave, he gave thanks to the fans of Pride and for the Pride organization, and he said that he's got a nice friend in Mr. Atsuka.
There you go.
Well, that's the good thing about some of these fighters, and yourself included. A lot of times, you guys will go to war, and before the fight, it's war. But then after the fight, there becomes a sort of a bond and respect.
Yeah, you become friends. You know, I try to be friends with anyone that kicks my butt. You know, all the fighters that ever kicked my butt, I'm always friends with them. But guys that I kick their butts, hell, I don't want to talk to them. I already beat you, man. What do I need to talk to you about? It's just the way it is, you know.
Well, you were friends with Amir after you beat him.
Well, no, I never call him, never talk to him, never see him. You know, if I see him again, I'll ask him if he wants another butt kicking. You know, but no. But guys that have beaten me, hell, I stayed friends with them. Try to learn their secrets, their little technique, something that I can learn to beat them with.
And here we go, our next match of the evening. Enson Inoue.
I am looking forward to this match.
This, in some ways, on paper, is probably going to be the most competitive match. Enson Inoue against Frank Shamrock here. He's giving Frank a lot of pressure here. And Enson wins on the ground and pound there, continues to punch. Seems to be some bad blood in that fight. Here he is with Randy Couture, UFC heavyweight champion, and he arm bars Couture very quickly. He's got that arm bar going on. His opponent, one of the strongest men in No Holds Barred, fighting Mark Kerr. Here, Mark Kerr against Branko Sikatic in an early Pride. Branko held onto the ropes and was disqualified. Here he is against Hugo Duarte from Brazil. Hugo didn't want anything to do with Mark Kerr. Continued to jump out of the ring, giving Mark Kerr the win by disqualification. Mark Kerr against Nobuhiko Takada. Kerr in a great side mount hammerlock submission. Mark Kerr, one of the top 3 fighters in No Holds Barred.
Now this is going to be a good match. This is the match I've been waiting for.
Enson Inoue from Shuto versus Mark Kerr of wrestling.
ただいまより第7試合を行います。
And now we have the 7th bout.
青コーナーよりマーケア選手の入場です。
Blue corner, Mark Kerr.
Here he comes. Former two-time UFC tournament champion, Mark Kerr. He's 31 years old, and he's fought in Pride. This will be his 6th appearance in Pride. He's from Ohio, 6'1", 253 pounds. He fights out of the Hammer House dojo. You know, it's interesting. Kerr's last fight in Pride, Gary, was against Igor Vovchanchyn, and he had a really hard night against Igor.
He didn't look too good that night. I think there was more problems than we saw, but I think we're looking forward to a good performance from Mark Kerr tonight, as well as his opponent.
Mark looks like he's in tremendous shape, very focused. He's got Bas Rutte and Rico Rodriguez in his corner.
So you know he's been working on his submission.
Along with Marcus Vinicius from Beverly Hills Jiu-Jitsu Club.
If you go by who's in his corner, you certainly know that Mark Kerr prepared himself for this match.
I think he really did, because with Bas Rutte being a world-class striker, no-holds-barred fighter, and with a team of Rico Rodriguez and Marcus Vinicius in his corner, that's a lot of knowledge. And Mark Kerr steadily improves. Looks like he's in tremendous shape.
At 253 without an ounce of fat on him.
赤コーナーより
He's a puke.
エンセン井上選手の入場です。
Red corner, Enson Inoue.
Enson Inoue has the nickname of Yamato Damashi. Translated into English, that means Japanese spirit. Enson had some pretty strong words to say about this match. He said he will disfigure Mark Kerr's face and make it full of blood.
That's what he wants to do?
That's what he said he was going to do. He has predicted his fight with Kerr will be either a really fast one or a long war. And he thinks that either one of them doesn't have any strong or weak points.
Well, I think there's both these gentlemen got a lot of proving ground to make right here, and will tell a lot. But I don't think it's going to be an easy fight for either one of them.
I think this is maybe the most competitive fight of the evening in some ways. Enson Inoue, this will be his third Pride appearance. He's wanted to get this fight previously, but he broke his hand about 9 months ago, and that postponed this match. And now here they meet in the Pride Grand Prix 2000 opening round tournament. He's 32 years old, 5'11", 209 pounds. He hails out of the purebred shooting gym, Omiya. And his most significant win, obviously, being over former UFC heavyweight champion Randy Couture in Valley Tudo, Japan, 1998.
He doesn't really have that much NHB experience. Dated back from 95. But he certainly fought some good name people.
Well, he's only lost to two tremendous fighters. His only losses were to Igor Zinoviev in Valley Tudo, Japan, 96, and also to the great Frank Shamrock. After a war, he gave Frank Shamrock all he could handle, and then Frank ended up winning on a DQ after Enson was hurt pretty badly.
5 minutes of fighting.
Yeah. Enson states that his strong points are his aggression, his ground and his submissions, and his attitude. He goes all out. Okay, Enson has carved in the back of his hair Japanese signature writing, which translates into English, and it means death in the back of his head. So that's he seems pretty psyched for this fight. In some ways, this fight is like these men are jockeying for the. Enson comes right out and Kerr takes him down into Enson's guard. Enson really tried to drop a bomb on Kerr right away, but Kerr had nothing doing. Went for the double leg into Enson's guard. I expected that the fight would end up in this position pretty quickly. Like I was saying before, in some ways these men are jockeying for their top 10 ranking position. Kerr was, until he fought Vovchanchyn, regarded as the best fighter in the division, and Enson, with his win over Randy Couture, had come into the top 10 but needed some other significant wins, and he figured a win over Kerr
would put him in the top 10.
Well, at least top 10. Maybe if a win over Kerr would probably put him up in the top 5 or top 3. Kerr is aware of this, and Kerr has prepared himself very well for this fight after having some health problems a few months back. Kerr looks as strong as he's ever been.
Most certainly does. He looks pretty relaxed here in the guard. I would expect Enson to look pretty nasty.
Now Kerr is starting to land some shots from the guard. Enson doesn't really want to eat too many of those punches from the guard. When Enson lost to Igor Zinoviev, it was from the guard. Igor rained down the punches and was victorious from Enson's guard. So sometimes, Gary, the guard isn't the safest place against a man of Kerr's caliber, who does have some striking ability.
He most certainly does, I tell you. Ground and pound by itself doesn't work anymore, but let me tell you, when you get on top of a man and you really feed it to him.
Wait, there's been some kind of a delay. I guess, I don't know if there was a clash of heads or...
I think somebody raked something. Enson raked his glove over his eye and got something in there, I think.
Yeah. Well,
Kerr seems to be cleared up now.
Yeah, Kerr being the man of fair play, didn't want to take advantage. What Enson is hoping that Kerr will do is stand up a little straighter. That way he can slap the leg over the front of his face and go for the armbar. But what Kerr wants to do is stay close. And when he does go up, initiate the strikes fast enough to where Enson can't grab the arm and pop the armbar on him the way he did with Randy Couture. Kerr going for the neck crank. Enson pulling out. Enson in a loose guard. Kerr thinking about the leg, falling back into Achilles. It's not his strong point, but he does know those after training with Bas Rutten and others. He is familiar with leg locks as well as the upper body arm locks and chokes.
I think Kerr trying to be getting breaking the guard and going 90 to open himself up for more submissions, because Kerr does know some good submissions.
Now Enson's really using the feet effectively and striking well from the bottom. Kerr did land a good right hand before that little sequence of action, but now they're back into a loose guard. Now he's trying to pass the guard, and Enson is really trying to fight. Enson's got half guard now. If Kerr gets the side mount, it's going to be difficult for Enson to do anything because Kerr is a master of the side mount.
Master of the side mount. Master of balance. He ain't going to get Kerr off him anytime too soon. It ain't going to happen.
in a way, we have a clash of styles here. We have a submission man in Enson Inoue and a wrestler in Mark Kerr. Even though both the men have trained and cross-trained in various other disciplines, those are their primary disciplines, and Kerr will go back to what he knows best, and that is to hold his opponent down and beat him up and get the decision or the knockout.
Amen.
Whereas Enson, he wants to try and make Kerr make a mistake and get the submission. As Enson had prophesized, this looks like it's unfolding to be
a false prophecy.
A long, dragged-out war.
Well, I don't see no bloody mess either.
Well, we're only 5 minutes in. Maybe you're right. Kerr's going for the smother there with his hand over Enson's mouth, but he's just going to give that up.
You know, wrestlers can be a pain in the ass to fight because they're just they're like Velcro on top of you. You can't get them off. Very, very difficult. Especially now when everybody's starting to cross-train, do everything. Well, quite a few years back when Severin lost to Royce Gracie, none of the wrestlers or the other fighters knew exactly how and knew what they were doing.
Kerr's landing some big right hands. Sorry, Gary. Kerr is starting to connect with that right hand. I know what you mean. Kerr has the advantage of training with people like Mark Coleman to really keep his wrestling game in shape.
Exactly.
And a lot of the American wrestlers did have a really great run there for a while. Severn, Coleman, and then Kerr were dominating events like the UFC for a while before people got more hip to submissions and even kickboxing like Maurice Smith and Igor Vovchanchyn. The kickboxers seem to have done the best lately against the wrestling styles. Now Kerr seems to be doing quite a bit.
He's trying to smother him with his chest.
He's trying to smother him with his chest, and he's cooking it pretty well. Enson, he's okay. He waved. He was okay. In a position like this, the fighter on the bottom has to stay totally relaxed. If they tense up, they can make it a quick fight for the man on top. Kerr's just cooking him here, just biding his time, letting Enson slowly run out of gas. Because Kerr's got almost 40 pounds.
The thing about that is Kerr's got no fat to move around his face when he's starting to smother somebody.
Now Kerr, those right hands are landing to the front of Enson's face.
He decided to change it up. Being that lean sometimes is not very good.
Why is that?
Well, see, if he was Emmanuel Yarber in that position, or Tank Abbott in that position, all his extra stuff would be melting all over him. But see, because he's all hard and ripped and muscly, when he does that, there's all sorts of air pockets.
It was sort of like having the blob on top of you instead of like a tomato.
Yes, exactly.
Got it. And I understand your point very well that Kerr is definitely no blob. He's pretty ripped. Kerr continuing to grind that forearm, create pressure on the neck. Enson's strong. He's not going to be submitted from that, but does have a wearing and tearing effect. Nice little hammer fist there by Kerr. Enson's got a bit of a bloody nose now from those right hands, which Kerr has been pouring down on him. But, you know, against a submission guy, it's never over till it's over, to quote Yogi Berra.
Exactly. They'll hang in there forever. I'm sure Enson is going through his mind thinking, man, I should tap out. I wish he'd probably get me in something good so I can get out of this thing. But, you know, his mind is telling him differently. You know, he's fighting with himself right now. Not really Mark Kerr.
Now, if Kerr wins this fight, there is the possibility that he could have a rematch with Igor Vovchanchyn.
Certainly. Or he could fight me.
Or he could fight you. Yeah.
I personally would like the rematch with Igor Vovchanchyn.
I think everyone that's ever been defeated by a fighter always wants to get back at them, don't they?
Amen. Like I said, he's my friend until I beat his ass.
If you were to have a rematch with Igor Vovchanchyn, how would you go about beating him?
Stick and move, stick and move. Jab, stick, jab, right, left, right, move, kick. Just be moving around.
And if you were to fight a man like Kerr, how would you go about beating him?
The same way Enson's trying to do right now. You're going to fight it on your back. So the best thing you could do is just get a lot of conditioning of that and know that you're going to take a beating. Be able to withstand it and hopefully tire him out, make him do something else.
Well, in your last fight, you actually gave a very good effort in losing to Tom Erickson, who's quite a bit bigger than Mark Kerr.
Yeah.
So in some ways on paper, maybe Mark Kerr wouldn't be as hard as Erickson per se, although Erickson was coming back after a little bit of a layoff.
10分経過 10 minutes passed.
Okay, we've got 5 minutes left in our match. Kerr's been in complete control from the top, from the half mount or half guard, whichever vantage point you want. We're grinding away with punches to Enson Inoue, nothing of the knockout caliber. But Enson has been remiss to do anything effectively in the way of a submission or counter strikes. He's landed a couple stomps to Mark's leg from the side, but that right hand is landing with regularity on Enson's head. Kerr is pretty much executing his game plan. I think when Kerr fought Vovchanchyn, he maybe got out of his game plan. Igor had something to do with that, of course, but he stood up with Igor a little bit.
He stood up, and Igor's really low to the ground, and he's got a good center of gravity, so it's hard to, when you look at him, it's difficult to shoot. It's a little intimidating, and as you know, well, as everyone knows, Kerr's not a stand-up fighter. He's a ground and pound type of specialist.
Kerr does continue to improve his other elements. If there were weaknesses in Kerr's game, he's always working to improve those in punching, kicking, kneeing, submissions. So he is an astute student of the game. He just doesn't stay at what he knows. He's always learning and improving. I think most fighters nowadays realize they have to do that in order to keep current and to stay competitive on this level. Nice forearm strike by Mr. Mark Kerr. But Enson is not quitting.
No, a lot of tenacity. But Kerr hasn't slowed down any either.
Kerr's grinding that forearm again. Eventually that's going to be a problem for Enson because Enson's neck can only take so much downward pressure, then it's going to start to loosen up. Kerr's putting a lot of pressure on that neck. He's just laying on it, and Enson might try to bridge a little bit, but Mark's trying to pass that guard. He's trying to get into the mount. Enson knows this. That knee pad is just about ready to come off of Mark's left leg.
I think when he passes it, it's going to come right off.
I think so too, because Gary, you know that sweat is a factor. When a fight goes into 10, 15 minutes, the body becomes, it's like having oil on it.
Exactly. Very lubricated.
In Pride rules, there is no oiling of the body, no any kind of Vaseline on the body, nothing. It's all prohibited. But when a fighter starts to sweat like this, and it gets over 100 degrees in that ring from the lights and from just the action and the kinetic energy of the body, it's hard to hold a half guard the way Enson is. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kerr at some point was able to pass that guard into the full mount. There's that back hammer fist, and he's going for the neck crank.
Looks like Enson's trying to get the full guard.
And Enson goes for the up kick, and now Kerr is standing. Goes for that roundhouse kick. Enson goes for the stomp at that knee. Sure, Mark doesn't appreciate that. Goes for the low kick to the leg.
Mark's been working on his Muay Thai a bit too, so he can use that as well.
His shins are conditioned. I can attest to that. I saw him kicking the side of a bench a couple days ago at the hotel just to break time. So I don't think. Okay, 1 minute left. Okay, they're going to restart the fighters. A good decision. There was a lack of action. There was nothing significant going. And Kerr, I expect Kerr's going to throw a kick. Oh, he shoots and takes him down. Right back into the guard.
It would appear to me that at this point, Kerr has done more to win this fight than Enson has at this point. Enson's really been more guard fight, so I'd be quite disappointed if they made them go another round and didn't award Kerr the victory.
I couldn't agree with you more, Gary, because Enson, has not. Kerr has prohibited him from doing anything in the ways of submissions or effective striking from the bottom. Where Kerr has landed that right hand with regularity, gave Enson a bloody nose, lumped him up a little bit, gave him some hammer fists from the back of his hand, and landed a couple kicks when they were in the standing. There's another right hand. And there it is. That's the end of the regulation period, 15 minutes. I think that Enson knows. I think Enson deep in his heart knows. And I think Kerr knows too. And there's a lot of camaraderie. There's no bad blood per se. It's just competitive spirit. Mark Kerr seems to have done more than enough.
Exactly, to win that match.
Yeah, to win the opening round of that particular match. I really don't picture that the judges would put that into an overtime round.
Well, I've seen stranger things have happened, but to me, I better not go another one.
I'm with you, Gary.
So what's that carved into the back of Enson's head?
It means death. Enson came right out with that right hand, and Kerr went for that double leg. Down in Enson's guard. Enson bridged up the arms, and Kerr landing that right hand, right forearm. And here we go with the judge's decision.
That's
There we go. Mark Kerr on a majority decision.
very good. Very good.
No surprise. Mark Kerr controlled the fight. I don't know how the judge saw it a draw. Maybe they wanted to see an overtime round. But more of Kerr laying in his guard. I don't think we don't really need to see more of that.
No.
Kerr controlled the fight. He did what he had to do. Wasn't an exciting fight, but a fighter of Kerr's caliber knows that he has got to do what he's got to do to win. There he is, Mr. Mark Kerr.
Enson's got nothing to be ashamed of. That, as I said, I believe that was the toughest first round draw.
Those right hands, Enson felt those right hands. I mean, even though he's pulling him close, some of those, Mark Kerr got some distance. He pulled back enough.
I would just like to thank every one of you for coming out and still supporting me. For over a year, I was supposed to fight Enson. Finally tonight, I was healthy enough to.
皆さん、今日はここの登場のにいらっしゃって応援してくれてありがとうございました。エンセン・井上選手とは1年前から戦うことになっており、ようやく今日それが実現しました。
And I'd like to thank Enson He has a heart of a warrior, and he's a true gentleman.
そして選手の心を持ち、本当に山の魂を持ち、また選手でもある井上選手に心からありがとうをお伝えしたいと思います。
I love you all. Have a good night.
皆さんありがとうございました。
A very classy Mark Kerr, thanking the fans, thanking Enson and Inoue for a good, solid fight, and moving on into the finals of the Pride Grand Prix 2000 tournament. So Kerr advances. Back in the winner's circle again, Mark Kerr. And now joining us again at ringside, in addition to my compadre, Big Daddy Gary Goodridge, we also have now returning after successfully cornering Mark Kerr, Bas Rutten. That was a great victory for Mark,
yes.
Bas.
Yeah, I think it's a very big victory because I consider Enson as a real good fighter, and you know, I saw it as a big obstacle, but he just did what he came to do, and yeah, that was win ready.
It seemed like he really executed his game plan to a T.
That's it. Only a little wish that he would have pulled the leg out and went to side mount and then went for the total destruction.
Yeah, I mean, Mark
would have been nice.
Gary and I were commenting that Mark Kerr in the side mount is not a pretty sight. I mean, he can really do some damage from that position.
Yes, he can. That's what we saw with Paul Verlins and several other fighters.
And here we go. The Gracies in Pride. There was controversy in the last Pride. Mr. Sakuraba won on a decision. Royce Gracie coming back after a near 5-year layoff. Former 3-time UFC tournament champion, Royce Gracie has taken a bit of a hiatus from no holds barred fighting. He once dominated the sport in the United States. Mr. Nobuhiko Takada facing for the 3rd time a Gracie fighter. He fought Rickson Gracie twice, Pride 1 and Pride 4. Now he's going to face Royce Gracie. Here he is against Rickson. Rickson with a classic double leg slam into the armbar. That's from Pride 1 back in 1997.
He sure picked the tournament for a comeback, eh? I mean, all these fighters in it.
Mr. Takada did a lot better in that second fight with Rickson, but the result was the same. Just took a little longer.
つかなきゃいけないなって自分のやりたい空気感をしたい自分自身にとって、の集大成というか執着できたというふうに思ってますね。
2つのプライドがドームで火花を散らす。
And here we go, the final fight of the evening. The classic matchup. Nobuhiko Takada from Pro Wrestling versus the returning Royce Gracie, Jiu-Jitsu. So here we go, the match that all Japan has been waiting for, the return of Royce Gracie versus the ever-popular Nobuhiko Takada. Classic matchup of pro wrestler versus Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Royce did choose to wear the gi.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable in this day and age that he still wear the gi.
And Royce does weigh the same fighting weight he did when he made his miraculous victories in the 3 out of the first 4 UFCs.
Now let's see if Takada can sprawl. Because Royce is going for a takedown. Don't tell me that he's a master boxer. Whoop, there we go.
Royce shoots in high, locks up high.
He wants to drop himself into the guard.
Royce would probably pull the guard. Now it looks like the gi is already getting wadded up behind Royce's back by Mr. Takada.
There's a knee. I'm expecting a knee from Takada shortly.
Royce is working for the trip. Here comes the knee, just as Gary prophesied. And Royce pulls guard, and down they are. They're on the mat. Now, this is where Royce wants to be. Royce likes to work from the guard. Mr. Takada has never established himself as a ground and pound type of fighter. He's more of a stand-up kicker and some submissions. But Royce is going to go. Now, Takada's up high. He's got the gi. He's holding onto the gi, so it's going to be hard for Royce to do anything other than...
What is the weight difference between the two fighters?
Not very much. Just maybe 30 pounds.
Royce is about 176 pounds, which is close to his fighting weight, like as I said before, when he used to fight 5 years ago. Mr. Takada, we have here as weighing 209 pounds, although he looks a little heavier than that.
Yes, that's what I thought. That's why.
So about 30 pounds, according on paper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's okay. That's
30, possibly 40, depending on how accurate our statistics are.
Well, providing that that Gracie wins here, he will be fighting people, I'm sure, almost up to 100 pounds heavier than him.
Yes, eh?
Yeah,
they do.
That knows exactly what he's doing.
There we go. Royce is going up with that leg. Royce is going to bring that leg up in front of Takada's face and go for either an armbar or a triangle. And this is his game. This is what he wants. He's very patient.
It's not a good thing there to hold the gi like that there with the straight arm, you know. That's asking for an armbar right there.
He's asking for an armbar.
Well, that's more like begging for an armbar.
Yes.
Royce is going up high with those legs and now bringing it back down low.
I think probably looks like he's looking for an armbar very soon.
Yeah. He wants to go on the left, but Takada. So
maybe he wants to finish it off in style with a figure 4, Senkaku.
That would be great, huh? Because armbar is getting, he was caught already 2 times in the armbar by Gracie, so let's see if he can make a nice triangle choke for us.
Senkaku.
Now, Mr. Takada does have that right arm taped up pretty heavily. That's the same arm that Hickson armbarred twice.
And then Mark Kerr over it.
And then Mark Kerr did his hammerlock on that same arm. It would really be a disaster if Royce armbarred that same arm. And there it is. And Royce is going for that same arm.
And he leaves the arm there. I can't believe it.
He's trying to hook that left leg up in front of Takada's face.
Just hit him.
No, why is Takada not hitting?
Takada seems content to be patient, shall we say.
Oh, this is a really cool one. Let me see if he can pull the elbow. He's going to set it up for the left arm of Takada. Watch it. Let me see what he does.
Royce is digging away at those chopping heel kicks to Takada's kidney. He's starting to mark up the side of his body. Not a lot on those, but after a while, Garrett, those are going to add up.
Yeah, especially after the fight. You're going to sit down and you think, what's that pain in my back? That's where the heels.
Now it kind of puzzles me why Takada is not doing any offense.
Nothing at all. I would strike him as hard as I could. Look at this. It is smart, you know. He plays a smart game, and that strange kick that he made to the head before from the guard was pretty cool, you know. I think when it hits and it's on the jaw, it will hurt anyway. So.
You know, Royce Gracie is a very limber fighter.
Oh yes, it's unbelievable.
He can do the splits both ways, I believe. He's just digging away. Look, he's even grabbing his own leg and hitting.
It's very smart. You know, you see it getting red already, so there is an impact.
His father Helio looking on intensely.
But if Takada is not going to hit, then Royce is going to win the fight like this. Looking for that armbar, for the left arm of Takada.
Well, so far, Royce Gracie has made all the offensive moves. Takada has been content to just hold on, and now there he goes again, boss, straightening those arms, posting the arms with the gi. He wants to hang onto the gi. Royce could even use the gi as a weapon against Takada in the right position. Such as he's doing now. He's wrapping the gi around Takada's neck. And it would be a little embarrassing to get choked out with a piece of clothing.
Yeah, but it's not going to work. Right? If that's going to work, it's going to be a miracle. No, it's not going to work. The only thing, it's a little bit of a hold what he got, but nothing serious.
It might be a distraction, though, because
Takada should punch him. That's the thing he should do. But he doesn't do it, so.
Yeah, because from the guard, you can strike a lot.
Yeah, I think this is time for the referee.
The only other alternative why Takada would be doing a game plan like this is that he's not in shape and he's afraid to exert too much energy doing something.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, man, punching, you can punch 1,000 punches and not get tired. I mean, from the guard.
Well, why else would Takada choose to have such a game plan?
Yeah, I don't know.
The only thing I can think of is that he would think that Royce Gracie would tire himself out, but I don't think so, because Royce, after a 5-year layoff and coming off of that jiu-jitsu loss to Valij Ismail, he's going to be in shape for this fight. He's ready.
Yeah.
He's going to put his best foot forward, because his whole legendary reputation is on the line here, and he's not going to come in and get gassed. And Takada's just laying there.
Oh, look at him. He can eat a sandwich and drink a beer now. You see, he's relaxing. He's taking his time, but Takada has to work.
Very good defense by Takada.
Yes, but
you're not going to win a fight trying to block an armbar.
Maybe he thinks with the takedown that the takedown is enough. Maybe God knows what he thinks, you know. You see what he does? He tries to camouflage the punch up. That's a pretty smart move.
Yeah.
He covers his eyes and then he hits with the other hand.
But boss, you yourself know that you can feel when a person is going to punch you in this position.
Oh yeah,
you can just feel it, because all of a sudden their hand is not next to your head anymore, pulling it toward you, and you know that they're going to whack you.
My God, guys.
Well, the only other thing would be Takada's just trying to get into the second round and pick up some momentum.
I think even though Royce has, Royce has established the fact that he is doing most of the action, he's not hurting Takada. He hasn't come even close to a submission. I wouldn't be surprised if this went 15 minutes, if it doesn't change, and there was an additional round, Gary.
You know what I hope? That this will go for an additional round, and then another one, till finally somebody gets tired and does something. You know, because otherwise, it's going to take a long time like this. You know, if Takada doesn't work, he has to work. He has to strike. See, there's nothing he's doing right now.
Well, you know, also Gracie as a fighter, he knows how to push the opponent. He could still be putting his legs, his heels in his opponent's hips and walking his shoulders back in order to make Takada work.
Yep.
In order to make him do something. So it's really both of them standing there, sitting there, watching each other.
That's true.
You know,
that's true.
Gracie's maybe using 10% of what he really can do at this point, and Takada, I'd say he's about 8% of what he can really do. You know, so they're really both not doing anything.
Yeah.
I really think that Takada's using 7%, actually.
You really
7%, 8%. All right. Step into the ring. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the 8.
But I've got to work here at ringside, Gary. So 5 minutes left in what has not turned into an exciting fight yet.
Oh, what? Oh, sorry, I dove off a little bit.
Yeah.
Two men waiting for each other to make a mistake.
Really, that's exactly what I'm seeing.
We get into a situation here where in no holds barred or kickboxing or boxing, is it a sport or is it entertainment? People do pay money to be entertained by fights.
Yeah.
And sometimes a fighter has to take that into consideration of their responsibility.
There's a face crunch.
And there's an armbar coming also.
Yeah,
He's setting something up.
He's
I
working
think it's a face crunch.
He's working over-under choke. He's working to get that. It's a face crunch, but if Takada brings his head up, he will have a
If
choke.
he's going to push him off, then he's going to go for armbar.
Yeah, it's just a distraction, basically. I mean, he could get the choke using the gi, but Takada might be able to just bust his way out. Takada has done absolutely nothing
at this point.
Except hold the gi.
If somebody put the gi in my face, I would blow my nose in.
But that's really poor hygiene, though, isn't it? Or
I know, but you just see, hey, get that piece of cloth away from me, you know.
Yeah.
Look, his back is turning into red. 3 minutes.
3 minutes left. It makes me wonder what would have happened if Royce had a different opponent, let's say Igor Vovchanchyn or Mark Kerr.
I know what would happen.
Or Big Daddy.
Or Big Daddy.
Big Daddy with his mokers.
Because there have been, it's almost as if Takada decided he's not going to strike at all.
Yes.
0 strikes.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. It looks exactly like it.
But if it were Kerr or Gary or Coleman or Vovchanchyn, there would be strikes.
So it's going to be a tough one, the second round.
And a whole lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and also it's not attractive for the people right now, you know.
Well, so far, the people that have won in the tournament, we've got some fairly dangerous individuals. So no matter how these things match up,
it's going to be tough.
It's going to be the finals on May 1st will be tough. We got Sakuraba, Gary Goodridge, Fujita, Shoji. We've got Vanderlei Silva, who's an alternate but a very dangerous individual. Mark Coleman, Mark Kerr, Igor Vovchanchyn, and the winner of this fight will have to face one of those gentlemen.
What a tournament, though.
A risky proposition. Any way you slice it, Gary.
I love it. I love it.
I know you do.
God, man.
Gary, you've never shied away.
No, sir. Take it to him. Win or lose, but I'm going to beat somebody.
You already did tonight.
Okay, 1 minute left.
There's an armbar coming.
Okay, yeah, he's going.
No, he's giving it. Hello, there
yeah,
he
he's
is.
just totally, he's posting those arms straight up.
Don't tell me he's going to get straight armbar.
It doesn't, time's probably going to run out. I mean, unless Takada makes a huge mistake. Takada might be waiting for the restart after the overtime. It looks like it might go to overtime. I think that Royce has done, it's hard to say. I mean,
Takada could be doing them little chops from there on his face. Because Royce has got a nice nose. Something like yours, boss.
Oh, yeah? I thought mine was much prettier.
Just a little bit. Yeah. It's got a high bridge. It looks like it could be tendered up a bit. Oh,
there's a strike by Takada. That's the first punch he threw. But he threw the punch. Royce is going, and that's the end of regulation, round 1. Takada is limping. What? Something's wrong with Takada's. Oh, no.
I think it's cramped.
Something's wrong with Takada's left leg.
Yeah, that was already hurt, you see. Okay, now that's what's going to happen. He's going to stop the fight. Please don't let it be like this.
That's really going to be an unfortunate and anticlimactic way to end this fight. People do want to see the last fight possibly end in a certain amount of finality, a submission, probably. Mr. Takada is in pain. Looks like
it's going to be over, yeah.
Takada is obviously in a good deal of pain. Here we have Royce trying to work that gi and striking underneath.
These were good strikes, by the way. These two strikes.
Really relaxed, good punches right on the chin. Going for the over-under choke with the gi over the top. Takada trying to worm his way out of it. Stay close. Mr. Takada looks like he can't even stand up. So we shall see. Takada looks like he's limping toward the ring. And here we are to the judge's decision.
Well, I've seen a lot of love taps.
Royce has won a unanimous decision against Nobuhiko Takada. In a way, I understand the decision, and he did more than Takada. Takada did virtually nothing.
Hey, listen, that is not a victory, you know. Come on, everybody, look at the people here in the audience, and myself also, and everybody understands it. There was nothing. Takada did nothing. Nothing but one punch. After that, he took him down. No, that was it.
I guess you could say that he showed up, he got in the ring, and he held the gi.
He didn't want to fight. No, not good. His last fight against Hickson, that was a good fight.
Yeah, he gave Hickson a good fight in that second fight. Now, it looks like that knee's pretty messed up.
That's a thing we don't know, but you see, because he's got, his knee is messed up, but still he could have punched. He could punch, you know, go for something.
Yeah. So we've seen the return. We've seen the return of Royce Gracie here at the Pride Grand Prix 2000. And he was victorious over Nobuhiko Takada via a unanimous decision, 15 minutes. And looks like we're going to hear something from Mr. Gracie.
I shall do the translation.
Okay, let's hear your translation.
I don't. Never mind. No, I really wonder where they're gonna put him up against in the finals. You know, I would really like to see him against Mark. You know, like they have planned a long time ago already when he got his back injured. And I would really like to see a fight like that.
I would like to see him against me next match.
Yes, no, that's what you want. So there's the two candidates already right there.
I wonder if
It's an honor to be fighting in this Pride Grand Prix. This tournament, got together with the best fighters. And it's a pleasure to be here. Because I'm back. And I'm here to stay. This is my house now.
このプライドグランプリというトーナメントに参加できて本当に名誉に思っています。このトーナメントには
pretty harsh
とても強い
words.
ファイターたちが揃っています。そして
I think he's got a lot of owners in that house, boy.
Yeah.
嬉しいです。
And it's,
リングも今私の
But
もの
I
です。
like to hear that. The thing about this tournament here is that
We're all fighting for the same power. Thank you.
皆さん、柔術のファンの皆さん、みんな同じ気持ちで戦っています。
but you hear the reaction of the audience. It was a shame, you know. I really would have liked to see a nice triangle, a nice armbar. And they give a hand for Helio. This guy was a big master in his time, and he fought everybody, big guys, 80 kilos heavier, you know. He took it on.
Which guy?
He was the man.
He was the man. He really was.
This guy?
That's Horion.
This is Helio.
You are the winners today. Moving up to the next stage for the championship.
Look at this. Marcher, Igor Vovchanchyn. Royce Gracie. Mark Coleman. My God, Sakuraba. And in the ring now comes Daddy Goodridge. This is going to be a very nice tournament.
Akira, Shoji, Kazuyuki, Fujita, Kazushi, Sakuraba, Coleman, Igor, Vovchanchyn, Kerr,
There they are, Steven. Look at this.
There they are. These are the men that will meet in tournament combat. The Pride Grand Prix 2000, May 1st. They will be vying for $200,000 first place, $50,000 second place, and 2 third-place winners will get $25,000 each. What an amazing lineup!
An unbelievable lineup. Plus, we're going to have a super fight. Ken Shamrock to a to-be-announced opponent. Whoa! I thought somebody got shot.